Okay, the screen is visible to you. Yes, screen is visible to you.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just in short, we will see what we have covered in the last lecture and we'll start with the next topic. Okay, so we have seen basically what is memory, human memory. After that, we have covered the three basic steps are there in memory. First is encode, store, and remember. Next, we have seen the types of memory. So, sensory memory, long term memory, and short term memory. These are the three memories you are going to have, your brain is going to have. Okay. Again, in the sensory memory, sub three categories we are going to have. Please remember this network of memory properly. At the end of this unit, we are going to take one exercise where you have to form the network of the concept what we have studied. And this will link to your semantic memory, what we have seen. Yes. So please remember the types of memories and the concept in hierarchy. Yes. So in sensory memory, again, we have covered basic three types of memory, iconic, echoic, and haptic memory. Yes. These are related to your sensory organs. Okay. So after that, we have seen what is actually sensory memory, time duration of sensory memory, and examples we have seen of sensory memories. Then next we have seen what is iconic memory, examples of iconic memory. Then what is echoic memory? Then examples of echoic memory we have seen. Next was what your haptic memory. Okay, that is nothing related to your touch. So we have seen the real-time examples. Next we have seen what is short-term memory. Yes, then we have seen to calculate the capacity of short-term memory, there are two main sequence. Okay, first is calculating the length. Okay, whatever you have seen or perceived, and second method was what you have to recall that. Okay, we have done a small exercise here just to memorize the numbers and reproduce it again. Yes, so in this we have seen the concepts of what we have to create. If we create the chunks in the data, so it will be easy to memorize that chunks, okay, rather than in the sequence. Next, we have seen what is long-term memory. Yes, long-term memory depends upon your facts, your experimental knowledge, your past knowledge, your some procedural rule. Okay, so in LTM, okay, again we have seen two basic types of memory, that is your explicit and implicit. Yes, so in explicit, again, you have seen two types of memory, episodic and semantic. Okay. Episodic deals with what some events, real-time events which have actually took place in your life. Okay. So again, we have seen the examples of episodic memory and number of examples we have covered on that day. Okay. Next, we have seen semantic memory. So semantic memory is a common knowledge, or you can say the common facts you have studied right from your childhoods or you're learning in day-to-day life. Okay, so we have seen the example like knowing that grass is green, blood is red, how to use the cell phone. This is nothing but a semantic memory. So after the last type of memory we have seen, that is your implicit memory. Yes, so you're repeating something, okay, again and again, and by practicing something you're memorizing something. That is nothing but your implicit memory. Okay, after that, after covering all the memories type, we were seen what is emotions, how the emotion plays a vital role. Yes, we have seen the definitions of emotions. Two type of emotions can be generated depending upon the person's nature of thinking, your mental stability. Yes, the situation you are facing. Yes, it differs from person to person again emotions, and you are going to have positive and negative types of emotions again here. So in what application emotions are used, we have seen. Okay, after that, we have seen what is actually individual difference and how they matter in HCI, how to design your interface. So what is the main important role of individual difference we have discussed. These are some attributes based upon that the individual difference are categorized. Yes, now next today we are going to see is what is thinking. Yes, so can you tell me what is actually thinking process? Yes, I want the answer in common. What is thinking? Now you have understood what is emotion, individual difference, what is memory. Can you tell me what is thinking process? Yes, tell me what is thinking. I don't want any technical answer. In common language, can you tell me what is thinking? Can you tell me the simple example? What the thinking means and what the thinking requires actually in your memory? We are thinking about something, so what you recall or what you need? Yes, process of producing thoughts, right? Yes, again, using thoughts and reasoning. Yes, very good reasoning. Okay, so you know the basic concept what is thinking. For thinking, you need the knowledge, right? To think something or to think about something, you need to have some knowledge in your memory first. Okay, and depending upon that knowledge or information what you have acquired, you're going to think. Okay, and depending upon thinking, you're going to reason something. Okay, okay, and depending upon reasoning you can solve. Two ways you can think you are going to have in thinking. One, you can reason out something, and one is what you can solve the problems. Okay, day to day problems, right from your real time problems to your computerized problems or your technical problems you're going to solve. Okay, so thinking plays a very vital role while you are developing your user interface or your software applications. Okay, so thinking must consider into the view. Okay, and thinking comes from the knowledge, and knowledge comes from what? The information you have obtained from the environment or from the situations. Okay, so your thinking parts come here. Okay, so you're going to produce. Now thinking can be different. Now again, you can say thinking will vary from person to person and individual to individual, right? So you have a wide range of people or wide range of personalities. Yes, so some cases are what? Extreme cases are what? Some people are overthinker. Okay, this is extreme condition. And some people is what? They are less concerned with the thinking. They think very less about a particular situation or particular thing what is going on. Yes, which are not related to their concern. So these are the extreme conditions you are going to have and the worst conditions you are going to have. And between this range you are going to have a certain group of people who is average thinker, right? One is high category, one is low category, and in middle you are going to have the personalities, okay, which are going to think on average. Okay, so thinking power is average. So when you're dealing with designing part or when you're dealing with day-to-day life, okay, or you're building some product, you have to consider all the group of peoples. Okay, right from your worst condition and right from the average group of people. Yes, and thinking must be considered from both the view, who is building the software or who is building the interface and who is going to use. Okay, and depending upon the thinking only the people are going to use your product or going to use your interfaces what you have developed, and depending upon them only, okay, the user can feel the usability, user friendliness of the application you have developed, right? So thinking plays a very important role here. Yes. So nothing they have given. Okay, the theory about thinking, actual definition, what is thinking? Yes. So understood in basic term, what is thinking? Okay, just we will see the technical wise what the thinking definition goes with. Okay. So humans are able to use the information to reason something and to solve the problems. And indeed, to do this activity when the information is partial or unavailable. See now, whatever information you have gathered or knowledge you are going to have about a particular thing or particular device or particular software, okay, that information can be what? You maybe know the information fully or knowledge, or it may be a partial information, right? Okay, so human thought is what? Conscious and self-aware. Yes, so well, we may not always able to identify the process, or we can identify the products of this process or thoughts. Okay, so we are able to think about the things of which we have no experience and solve the problem which we have never seen. Okay, so sometimes you may be totally unfamiliar, okay, to the situation, and this will be new to you, and you start upon thinking without any knowledge. And about some problems are there which you have already gained the information, you have the knowledge, and you are trying to solve that. There are two types of thinking we can deal with. Okay, so next two types of thinking process. So two important process we have in thinking. First is reasoning, as I have said, and next one is problem solving. Okay, so what is reasoning now? Reasoning is what? You're going to infer something. Okay, you are going to infer something, or you can say you are going to draw a conclusion by seeing some event, by seeing a statement, or by seeing a software. Okay, by attending a lecture, you can reason something or you can conclude something, right? So reasoning is nothing but applying the knowledge, okay, to draw the conclusion or infer something new, okay, about the domain you are interested in. Okay, that is nothing but the reasoning. Yes. Now again, reasonings are going to have three main categories. Okay, first one is you are going to study what is deductive reasoning, inductive, and adaptive reasoning. Okay, so first one we will start with. Okay, that is deductive reasoning now. Okay, now deductive is what if then conditions you are going to apply here in deductive reasoning. Okay, and see, deductive reasoning derives the logically necessary conclusion from the given premises. So what you are going to do in deductive reasoning, you are going to have certain knowledge. Okay, and your knowledge is there and conditions will be there. Okay, and you are going to apply that knowledge, okay, whatever you have, by seeing the premises, and then you are going to draw some conclusion. Okay, let us understand with the example now here what is deductive reasoning. Yes, so first example we are going to consider here is valid deduction. Okay, so what is the knowledge? For example, a person is there or student is there, what knowledge in mind is going to have? Like, if it is a Friday, then she will go to work. Okay, this knowledge he has obtained, or this information the person is going to have. Okay, if it is Friday, then she will go to work. Okay, now this was the knowledge obtained, or this is the information an individual is having. Now what is the present situation? Now it is a day, Friday has arrived. Okay, so person is going to analyze, now today it is a Friday. Okay, and what knowledge is going to have? If it was a Friday, then she will go to work. Okay, so what he have concluded, by having this information in his mind, if it is a Friday today, therefore she will go to the work, right? And this knowledge was with him, this was the present situation, and depending upon this knowledge he have concluded that she will go to work as it is today Friday. Okay, so we have noted here some logical conclusion. Okay, depending upon the condition, what was the condition here? If it was a Friday. Okay, so seeing the day, he has decided that if it was a Friday, he will go to work, right? So depending, you are going to create situation or information, you are going to draw the logical conclusion. Yes, this was what your valid deduction. Okay, for example, if you can say, if it is not raining, okay, then you will go to play. Okay, then what is the condition? You'll say, if it is raining, if it is not raining, you'll go out for playing. Okay, so in this way, this is nothing but a valid deduction method, reasoning. Okay, this is a valid deduction. Now we will see what is invalid deduction now. Okay, now see what is the second statement. If it is raining, then ground is dry. Tell me whether the statement can be true. Yes. If it is raining, the ground is dry. This information the individual has obtained. Okay, this information you have got. If it was raining, then the ground is dry. Okay, and the situation has occurred that it is raining now. Okay, somewhere you have got the information, and now the situation has arisen that it is raining. Okay, so now depending upon the knowledge, what you are going to conclude, if it is raining, therefore the ground is dry. Now you know the truth that if it is raining, what is the truth? Worldwide truth. If it is raining, the ground must be. Yes. If it is raining, the ground must be.
Wait.
Wait. This is the truth you're going to have, but what information the individual has obtained from the statement, if it is raining, the ground is dry. So this is conflicting with your truth, worldwide truth. If it is raining, it must be wait actually. Okay. But what the conclusion the person has derived from the information he has got, therefore, if it is raining, it is dry. So it is getting conflicting with what the truth, worldwide truth, what you have, and it is conflicting with what the knowledge you have obtained, right? Okay, so it is going to make a false conclusion here. Yes, can you see the conclusion is false? Whatever information you have got, you have concluded based on that. But the truth is what? If it was raining, it must be wait. Okay, so it is conflicting between what your real time truth and your valid situation given in your statement or the information, right? So if there is a conflict between such type of statement, you are going to say that it is invalid deduction reasoning. Yes, understood. This type of reasoning is not widely used. Okay, you must only know the theory. If the cases are given you, you have to just apply, or you have to just identify which type of reasoning is there, whether it is deductive or inductive. Okay, understood. When there is a conflict between the truth and between the statement or the information given in you in the statement, so that type of reasoning is known as invalid deduction. Yes, this was your deductive reasoning. One more, I will tell you the example of valid deduction. Okay, if it is Sunday, then he will watch a movie. Okay, if then condition. So this information you have got from the statement. If it is a Sunday, then only he will watch a movie. Okay, now the situation is what, or the day has arrived that it is a Sunday. Okay, the user will use his knowledge. If it was a Sunday, he is going to watch a movie, right? So this is what a valid deduction. Okay, just the statement will be given to you and you have to identify the type of reasonings. Yes. Next is what? Inductive reasoning. Okay, so now what is inductive reasoning? Okay, just read the statement. First statement I will read. Okay, induction is generalizing from the cases, okay, we have seen to infer information about cases we have not seen. Okay, I know from the statement it is not clear what the statement says. So what it is? So see, what you are going to conclude here, you are going to make a generalized statement basically. Okay, by seeing the environment, by seeing the objects, you are going to make a generalized statement of something, okay, which you have never seen. Yes, you will understand with the example. Okay, and if you're quoting something here, true or false, you have to prove that. Okay, so for example, this is a basket full of mangoes. Okay, just see the first diagram here. First pic you just see, this is a basket full of mangoes. So what is the task here? You have to identify, or you have to just check whether the, suppose in the basket you are going to have 100 mangoes, and you have to check what is the task. You have to check whether the mango present in the basket is raw or ripe. Okay, so you have to check this. Okay, so what you will do? Can you tell me the process? Yes. See, basically, the inductive reasoning is used, okay, when you go for your AI or building your interfaces. So tell me, there is a basket full of mangoes. Suppose there are 100 mangoes, and you have to check whether the mangoes are raw or ripe. Okay, so tell me what you will do. What is the task you are going to do? In two ways, you can perform this task. Yes, please tell me. No?
Ma'am, based on their colors.
So, what is the process you are going to apply here? Are you going to check all 100 mangoes? Yes. Yes, TE students, are you going to check all the 100 mangoes one by one? Or you will just randomly pick up 2, 3 mangoes from the set of the basket and you will check whether it is raw? Which process you are going to follow? Yes. Yes. What process you're going to follow to check whether the mangoes are raw or not? You're going to select on sample basis, or you're going to check one by one all? Yes, Rutuja, can you tell me what way you will follow? Rutuja. Yes, Abdul. Is it so hard to answer? Sampling basis or randomly you will pick. Okay. So what you are going to check, you will just pick first one mango. You will see that if the mango is raw, first mango is raw, again you will collect one, two, three, some samples. And if that samples are raw, what you are going to conclude, the basket, all the mangoes which are present in the basket are yet raw. Okay. This conclusion you are going to draw, right? By just seeing some few samples, you are going to make a generalized statement that the basket is full of raw mangoes. Okay, so this is nothing but the inductive reasoning. You are going to just see a few samples. Okay, you are not going to check or you are not going to verify all the mangoes. Okay, you will see something and you will infer a generalized statement. Understood the definition? Okay, so what you have done, you have picked a single sample, it was raw. Again, randomly you have picked one mango that was also raw. So what you have concluded at last, all the mangoes which are present in the basket are raw. Okay, you have not checked all the 100 mangoes and you have made a generalized statement that basket is having all the raw mangoes, right? So this was the definition. By seeing something, okay, by seeing only some sample basis or cases, you are going to infer or you are going to conclude a generalized statement, right? Now see here what they say, you are going to, so this will be logically true, okay, but it may or may not be realistically true, okay. Now it can happen some of the mangoes at the bottom are not raw, right? So always your inductive reasoning may or may not be true in real. Okay, but logically it is true, right? Okay, now see the statement here. First statement, what it is saying, mango is a fruit. Okay, this is what your specific statement. Now, what is the second statement? The box is full of fruit. Okay, this is also a specific statement, and both the statements are logically true. Mango is a fruit, right? And the box is full of fruits. This statement is also right because mango is a fruit. Okay, and what is the conclusion statement they have made? The box is full of mangoes. Can you tell this conclusion is true in real? Can be true? It may or it may be not. What if the box is containing, okay, one of the fruit that is apple? So whatever this conclusion the person have made will be wrong. The box is full of mangoes because you have not checked for whole box, right? This is what your inductive reasoning. Okay, and if you're quoting something, okay, the conclusion you have to provide the proof of that. This is what your inductive reasoning. Now, one more example we will take of inductive reasoning, like if every elephant, whatever elephants we are going to see, we have just seen a single elephant in our childhood, and we have noted that an elephant is going to have four legs and one trunk, right? So, what you are going to infer here, all the elephants, okay, in the world is going to have four legs and one trunk, right? Just by seeing a single sample set or single animal, elephant, okay, you have imagined that or you have got the truth that all the elephants present in the world is going to have four legs and one trunk, right? But always this statement can be true. We cannot prove it true because we are not going to check and verify all the samples which are present in the world, right? We are going to see only 2 3 elephants we have seen and we have given the generalized statement. Same, one more example we can take, all the human beings are going to have two eyes. We have seen this, okay. So what you are going to conclude here, all the human beings, okay, whether it is a girl or a boy, is going to have two eyes if it is a human being, right? So this is nothing but inductive reasoning. Okay, by seeing something, you are going to infer or you are going to make a generalized statement about something which you have never seen. This was the definition or this was the statement given in the inductive reasoning. Understood? Can you give me the example of inductive? Yes, inductive reasoning. Understood basically first inductive reasoning. T students. Please respond me so that I can start with the next type of reasoning. Only one student. So please give me the example of inductive. So it is so simple. Real-time examples of inductive reasoning. Yes, inductive reasoning. I want the example. Okay, in tomorrow's lecture, I want the real-time example of deductive, inductive, and your abductive reasoning. Yes? Okay. Now, next type is abductive reasoning. So what it is going to derive, okay, by seeing some events, okay, or by seeing some scenario, you are going to derive some explanation, okay. So that is nothing but this type of reasoning. So what it is, action or the state that caused it, okay, or a hypothesis or explanation for the events, okay, what you have observed, okay. If the event happens, so what is the explanation or hypothesis you have got from that event, you are going to give the explanation, okay. For example, you can say of in this, for example, India has won the match, okay. So what explanation you can give for this? As a Dhoni played well, the India has won the match, okay. For example, there was an event like one event you have arranged like alumni meet, your class member have arranged. So what you can give the explanation for this? The event was a successful event. So what the explanation you can give for this? Yes, yes, Jui, Srinidhi. What explanation you can give by seeing this event? No, alumni meet was the event, okay, which you have conducted, okay, and it was a successful event, okay. So what explanation you can give by seeing this event, or what hypothesis you can derive out of it? Yes, Srinidhi.
Ma'am, that maybe a good number of participants joined and stayed till the last was the.
Yes, yes. So that is the reason. So for a particular event, you are going to mention the actions or some explanation for it. That is nothing but your abductive reasoning. Okay. Understood all three types of reasoning. This is a very important one. Okay. All the type of reasoning. In the most applicable is your inductive reasoning. Okay. And the problem statement will be given to you. Okay. Examples will be given to you. And you have to identify the type of reasoning which will be applicable. Okay. And you have to write the explanation about it. Okay. In tomorrow's lecture, I will ask anyone the real-time example of all these three reasoning. Yes. Now next one is what now? We have covered with reasoning and thinking. Now next part is what? Problem solving. Okay. From the diagram itself, you can understand what is problem solving, right? Okay. So problem solving is what, again, the process of finding a solution, okay, to an unfamiliar task using the knowledge what we have. Okay. So again, in the problem solving, the important factor here is again your knowledge, domain knowledge, what you're going to have to solve that particular problem. Okay. The problem can be what your real-time problem, your day-to-day problem. It can be your technical problem. It can be your programming problem. Okay. It can be sorting of the number. It can be a what problem to reach from source to the destination. Yes. So this is nothing but your problem solving. Yes. So again, in the problem solving, you are going to have two main factors here. Yes, I will not go with the theory reading part here again now. Understood what is problem solving? It is nothing but just finding a solution to what unfamiliar task by just applying the knowledge. Okay. So now again, in problem solving, basic three theories we are going to study. Okay. First is what your just told theory. Okay. Next one, we are going to study what your problem space theory. And last one is your analogy. Okay. So what is Gestalt theory? Okay. So this is very important. If time permits me, after the end of the first unit, using this theory, we are going to cover the real-time examples. One we will cover of interface and one we will cover with what real-time examples, day-to-day life or activities. How to apply this. Yes. Okay, now what is this? Again, in this theory, you're going to have two basic problems here, productive problems and reproductive problems. Okay, so what it is, first we'll see the first statement. It is a matter of reproducing known responses and trial and error. Okay, so two parts we are going to cover here, productive and reproductive. So what is productive now? Productive problem. So what is productive means what? Insight and restructuring of the problem. See the first statement means what the problem which you are going to solve is totally new. Okay. Before you have not encountered that problem. Okay. So what you are going to do, the problem will be arise and you will go to the root cause of that problem. Insight means what in depth you are going to go. You are going to find out the root cause, how to solve that problem, how to provide the solution, and then you are going to quote a solution for that. Okay. That is nothing but your productive problem. And what is reproductive? Okay, the problem will be encountered again and again. Okay, and depending upon your past experience, you are going to apply the solution. That is nothing but your reproductive problem. Yes, from the name itself, you can understand reproductive means what? Repeatedly, that problem has occurred n number of time, and at the first time when you have found out the solution, when the problem was arised, same solution you are going to apply here again and again. That is nothing but reproductive. Okay, and productive means what? Totally new one. You are not going to have any knowledge, you are not going to have any information about it. You'll go in depth, find the root cause, and again restructure the problem and solution. Okay, so this is nothing but the Gestalt theory. Okay, two main parts are there, reproductive and productive problem. Okay, so again, remember two main concept here, reuse of the knowledge. Okay, and next is what? Insight. So the next one you are going to have is problem space theory. मैं close के लिए तेरे चालेल. ठीक. Just wait. Okay, so the next type is you are going to have is problem space theory. Okay, now what is there in problem space theory? Three important states you are going to have in problem space theory. First is your initial state you are going to have, research state and goal state. Okay, so initial state means what, from where to start. Okay, from where to start solving your problem. That is your initial state. Research state means what the number of solutions you are going to find out to reach to what your goal state. Okay, so initial state will be given to you, goal state will be given to you, and what is your task? You have to find out the research state. Okay, so what here they have given, see, initial state is this, and number of searches you have performed, searching operation. Yes, you have done searching of a number, right? So how to search a number will be given to you, what you need to search. You'll start searching the number into what the number of list you can say, and desired is what you have got that number. Okay, again you can consider the example of problem theory, like for example, if you have to reach from PCCOER college to Pune. Okay, so what will be your initial state here? Simple statement is there, you have to travel from PCCOER to Pune. So tell me what will be the initial state?
PCCOER College,
Right, and what will be your goal state?
Pune.
Right. So this, in this way you have to identify initial state. Okay. So in initial state you are going to write the problem statement and the known conditions or preconditions you required for that initial state, right? And goal state means what, where you have to reach, and research state will be what, the number of paths you have to reach from college to Pune. Okay, you are going to have n number of paths to reach, right? So this path is nothing but your research state. Okay, now you're going to have a number of paths. For example, you have 2 to 3 paths to reach from college to Pune. Okay, now which one is best out of this? Okay, how you're going to find out that? Yes, 2 to 3.
Shortest path.
Shortest path for this, for example, we can say in this, you have heuristic function. Okay, we don't have for this. You are going to calculate the heuristic function, that is nothing but distance of the path from college to Pune, and which is the shortest one, you are going to follow that path to reach from your initial state to your goal state. Yes. So it's study in AI, how to apply problem space theory using heuristic function. Okay, just for basic you're going to have now what is just problem space theory and one example. Okay, so next is what? Analogy. So what it is? It is used to solve a new problem with known situations and facts. Okay, now what is a fact here? So it is what, analog is nothing but a confusion state. Okay, so for example, a doctor has to blast a malignant tumor with a very strong rays. Okay, a doctor is there, he want to treat what, a tumor which is cancerous one. Okay, so what he is going to do, he is going to blast a strong waves, okay, to destroy that tumor. But what will happen if the strong rays are passed on that part? What will happen? The surrounding tissues which are there, okay, about your cancerous tumor, so that healthy tissues will also be destroyed, right? So what is the solution for this? The doctor has reduced the intensity of the rays so that the healthy tissues surrounding to that cancerous tumor will be preserved as it is. Okay, the intensity is reduced. The healthy tissues were there, which was preserved. But what is the result of that? The tumor, okay, which need to be treated will remain as it is in that case. Okay, so what is the question arise here? How should the doctor proceed for that? Okay, so this is what a confusion state. So that is nothing but analogy. Such type of examples comes under this situations. Okay, understood? Understood. Again, problem thinking, three main important concepts are there: your gestalt theory, problem space, and your analogy. Okay, and the important one used here is your problem space theory and gestalt theory. Okay, I will cover the real-time example of that theory. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in tomorrow's lecture, you have to conduct one exercise. Okay, and that goal is given to you. You have to identify the initial state, your goal, and your operator. Okay, we will cover that in tomorrow's lecture. How to do this task. Give me your attendance. Only this Srinidhi, Sneha, Chinmay, please, and Jui. Please be in the meeting. Don't leave the meeting after the attendance. Yes, roll number 1. 1, 2,
Present, ma'am.
3, 4,
Present, ma'am.
5,
Present, ma'am.
6,
Present,
7, 6, 7,
Present, ma'am.
8,
Present, ma'am.
9,
Present, ma'am.
10,
Present, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12, Kaustubh, 13,
Present. Present, ma'am.
14,
Present, ma'am.
15, Siddhi, 16,
Present, ma'am.
17,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20, 21,
Present,
20
ma'am.
is present,
Yes, ma'am.
21, Piyush,
Present, ma'am.
22, 23, 24,
Present, ma'am.
25, Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Shubham, 26, 28,
Present, ma'am.
29,
Present, ma'am.
30, 31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Present, ma'am.
36,
Present, ma'am.
37,
Present, ma'am.
38,
Present, ma'am.
39,
Present, ma'am.
40, 40, 41,
Present, ma'am.
42,
Present, ma'am.
43,
Present, ma'am.
44,
Present, ma'am.
45, 46,
Present, ma'am.
47, 48,
Present, ma'am.
49, 50, 51,
Present, ma'am.
52,
Present, ma'am.
53,
Present, ma'am.
54,
Present, ma'am.
55,
Present, ma'am.
56,
Present, ma'am.
57,
Present, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59, 60,
Present,
61,
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
62,
Present, ma'am.
63, 63, 64,
Present, ma'am.
65,
Present, ma'am.
66,
Present, ma'am.
67, 68,
Present, ma'am.
69,
Present, ma'am.
70,
Present, ma'am.
72,
Present, ma'am.
73, 74,
Present, ma'am.
75,
Present, ma'am.
76,
Present, ma'am.
77,
Present, ma'am.
78, 79, 80,
Present, ma'am.
81,
Present, ma'am.
82. Okay, rest can leave.
Ma'am, 47.
47.
7.
12 is also present.
Ma'am, 50 present.
50.
Ma'am, 73.
Yes, anyone from Maxim team can help you. Yes, Chinmay, Jui, except you all three. Shruti was there, right? I think so. I have not called Shruti's name.
Yes, ma'am, I'll ask her to join.
Join. Yes, ask her to join. Do you have practicals now? Yes.
Yes, ma'am, after this.
Which subject practical? They have told you because batches, I think so. You did.
Ma'am, they gave us the batches, right?
Okay, yes.
Ma'am, Shruti has joined.
Okay. See what you need to do. Actually, we don't have the magazine on the website. 2021 is completed, and for only that you have was nominated. But actually, the instruction from HOD ma'am is that we don't have the backdated magazine. So which year? See, 17, 18. No magazines are no magazines were created for this year. Both the magazines are missing. Right for this also 18, 19, one magazine is not there. Only one magazine was done. Okay, so department magazine we have to do for both the same. So what you have to do, just I will give you the events of 17, 18 is already there in Word. Okay, I will forward this mail to you. Okay, you have to just copy paste the event in the Word. Okay, only the name of the event, participants, and one photograph. Simple magazine you have to make, and you have to just change the background, right? But in that you have to just add what vision missions, PEO and PSO. That also I will forward you. Okay, 15, 16 is done. 16, 17, one is done, one is not done. Okay, so for this I have PDF file scan. I will send you this. Try to see if that PDF is converted into Word. होते का चिन्मय ते PDF डायरेक्ट वर्ड मध्ये कन्वर्ट होऊ शकतं का कन्व्हर्टरनी?
नाही मॅम.
नाही होणार ते कन्वर्ट.
मॅम ते कॅम्प स्कॅनरने स्कॅन केलं ना, ते टेक्स्ट वगैरे पण प्रॉपर दिसत नाही त्यात.
बरं एक काम करते मी, एक स्कॅनर आहे कॉलेजमध्ये आता न्यूली, तो मल्टी काहीतरी एक आहे हाय रेझोल्युशन वाला. मी त्याने एक डॉक्युमेंट स्कॅन करते आणि ते चेक करून बघते मी एडिट होतंय का तसं. जर झालं तर मग दॅट विल बी इझी इफ इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इन टू वर्ड. सो यू कॅन जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट हिअर. जर नाहीच झालं तर पीडीएफ ऑलरेडी स्कॅन केले, तर यू हॅव टू जस्ट लुक फॉर द नेम ऑफ द इव्हेंट, पार्टिसिपेंट्स and photos black and white, no option we have. Black and white photos as it is इथे copy paste करा मग. Yes. So see, फक्त आपल्याला हे मॅगझिन 4 मॅगझिन्स करायचं, तर तुम्ही डिवाइड करून घ्या कोण करणार आहे. म्हणजे हे कोणीतरी दोघांमध्ये डिवाइड करून घ्या एक मॅगझिन. Yes, I know this is rework and this is waste of time, but no option we have. Okay, for audit we have to do, an audit is in the first week of August, right? आणि त्यांना 2021 ची आताची सेकंड सेमची मॅगझिन अप्रिशिएट केलं सरांनी, बिकॉज वी हॅव एक्सटर्नल टू ऑडिट द मॅगझिन. दे हॅव सीन द होल मॅगझिन and they have compared with the rest of the magazine we have on our website. Okay, फक्त एकच फीडबॅक आला की आपले जे मार्क्सचे मॅगझिन्स आहेत बॅकडेटेड ते नाही आहेत वेबसाईट वरती, डिपार्टमेंटल मॅगझिन्स. सो वी हॅव टू डू. येस चिन्मय.
ओके मॅम, बघू कसं होतंय ते, करून टाकू.
चिन्मयला हेक्टिक वर्क वाटतंय, राईट चिन्मय?
मॅम वाटायचं म्हणजे आहेच ते तसं, पण करावं लागणार आहे आता.
करावं लागणार आहे तेच. ऍक्च्युली मला पण जेवढं जमेल ना 17-18 जेवढं, ऍक्च्युली माझ्याकडे पण दुसरा टास्क आहे. ऍक्च्युली मीच हेल्प केली असती तुम्हाला, पण ऑडिटसाठी माझ्याकडे स्टुडंट अचिव्हमेंट्स आहेत, ते पण मला बॅकडेटेड करायचं. 2021 मी जॉईन केलं तिथनं रेडी झालंय, पण बॅकडेटेड जो स्टाफ सोडून गेलाय तर त्याचं करायचंय मला ऍक्च्युली क्रायटेरियासाठी. नंतर मीच तुम्हाला हेल्प केली असती, पण हे आता तुम्ही डिवाइड करून घ्या. अजून कोणी टीम मेंबर आहेत तुमच्याकडे तर तुम्ही ऍड करून घ्या. नॉट ओनली यू 4 बट यू कॅन ऍड रेस्ट ऑफ द स्टुडंट्स. येस, जस्ट वर्ड मध्ये बनवा, बॅकग्राऊंडला ब्ल्यू कलर द्या ऍज इट इज. हॅकर बाईट नाव द्यायचं तुम्हाला, कॉमन हॅकर बाईट द्या. विजन मिशन पीईओ पीएसओ ही वर्ड फाईल मी जस्ट आता मेल करतेय तुम्हाला, मेल करते ते ऍज इट इज आलं पाहिजे विजन मिशन तुमचे. आणि नेक्स्ट फक्त 5 ते 10 इव्हेंट्स आपल्या मॅगझिन मध्ये येऊ देत. फर्स्ट सेमचे 5 किंवा 6 आणि सेकंड सेमचे 5 किंवा 6. दॅट्स इट. 7 इव्हेंट कॅन डू. येस.
ओके मॅम, चालेल.
आणि ऍक्च्युली कसं आहे, सॉफ्ट कॉपी पण रेडी नाही. मी सॉफ्ट कॉपी पण सर्च करते फॅकल्टीकडे, पण काही फॅकल्टीज कॉलेजमध्ये आहेत, काहींनी सोडून गेले 17-18चे. तो प्रॉब्लेम आहे जास्त. मग माझ्याकडे फाईल्स हार्ड कॉपी मध्ये रेडी आहेत, मग ते स्कॅन करून मी तुम्हाला पाठवते. जसं मी एक 17-18चं रेडी केलंय. हे सोडून अजून
Okay,
काय
ma'am.
तुमच्याकडे ऑप्शन आहे का ज्याच्यातनं फास्ट होऊ शकतं? येस, स्नेहा, जुई, श्रुती.
मॅम सध्या याच ऑप्शनने करून टाकूयात आपण.
हा 17-18 मला वाटतं निलेश सरांचा डेटा आहे, तो भेटलाय मला. तो ऍज इट इज वर्ड मध्ये तो इझिली होऊन जाईल. फक्त तुम्ही काय करा, जून टू हे आपलं जेवढे काही इव्हेंट जून टू डिसेंबर येतात ते आपले नोव्हेंबर पर्यंत ते तुमचे सेम 1 मध्ये जातील, आणि डिसेंबर टू एप्रिल किंवा मे पर्यंत जे इव्हेंट्स आहेत ते सेम 2 मध्ये जातील. राईट? असं हे करा डिव्हिजन, सेम 1 आणि सेम 2 मॅगझिन. एनी डाऊट?
नो मॅम, आम्ही 2-2चा ग्रुप बनवून करून टाकतो.
ओके, मी हे पण वर्ड सेंड करते तुम्हाला जे करायचेत आपल्याला. 17-18 2 मॅगझिन, सेम 1 सेम 2. 18-19 साठी फक्त फर्स्ट सेमचं करायचंय, आणि 16-17 साठी सेकंड सेमचं करायचंय. राईट? आणि 17-18 पासून विजन मिशन जे मी पाठवणार आहे तुम्हाला वर्ड फाईल, ते 17-18 पासून टाकायचेत आपल्याला. राईट? येस.
मॅम ऍक्च्युली बाकीचे पण मेंबर्स आहेत, तर आपण सगळ्यांनाच घेऊयात. आपण ती मोठी लिस्टच केलेली ना, जे
तुम्हाला ऍक्च्युली मी जेवढ्यांना थोडं इंटरॅक्ट करते म्हणून मी तुमच्या दोघं तिघांची नावं घेतली किंवा चिन्मयशी
मॅक्झिमम
कॉन्टॅक्ट केलं होतं.
कमिटीमध्ये अजूनही आहेत.
हो.
म्हणजे तिने आपण एक तयारच केलेली ना लिस्ट.
हो, तुम्ही त्यांना पण इन्क्लूड करा आणि डिवाइड करून घ्या तुमच्यामध्ये. आणि जे नोटिसेसचा पार्ट आहे तुम्ही मला करून दिला होता, ते पण ऍक्च्युअली एडिटिंग करायचंय, ते मी करते. नोटिसेसचं वगैरे जे काय आहे ते माझ्या बेसिसवर करते, बाकीचं मी तुम्हाला हे करते. सो टेल मी जस्ट कोण कुठल्या इयरचं करते, मी त्यांना तोच डेटा फॉरवर्ड करते. सो इट विल बी इझियर फॉर यू इन्स्टेड ऑफ ऑल द इयर्स डेटा.
ओके मॅम, मी सांगते तुम्हाला.
ठीक आहे, चालेल.
लेक्चर्स झाल्या की लगेच सांगते.
ओके. ठीक आहे, तुमच्या एंड सेम पहिलं फक्त प्लीज हेल्प करा मला करण्यासाठी पटकन, सो दॅट वी विल वाइंड अप विथ ऑल दिस.
येस मॅम.
ओके, चलो, थँक यू.
थँक्यू मॅम.